friends, Chris here with another teaching on Be Healed. Our title today is Begging Crumbs, because in Matthew 15 and verse 21, there is a Canaanite woman, a Syrophoenician woman, a woman who is a Gentile who dares come to Jesus on behalf of her psychotic daughter, demonized, and begged for help. Now, as we get into this story, you're going to see another side of Jesus. You're going to think, is this the same Jesus that said that God so loved the world that he gave his son? Because he's going to be brutal with her. But listen, folks, it's not because he didn't love her, but it's because he's trying to get her to grow in faith, because she has no right to the covenant. She's a Gentile. She's a heathen. And so she's going to have to come to God the same way all heathen do, and that is by faith. So let's learn some truths today. First of all, she's a woman from a cursed nation and a cursed people, and yet she dared to come to Jesus. That's the starting point. When you don't have any right to come, and still by faith you come in his direction. Now, this was the old stomping ground of wicked Queen Jezebel. The Canaanites were a people that had brutalized the Israelites, and there's a lot of Old Testament scriptures that pronounced a curse on them, and still she was willing to come to Jesus. And then second, Jesus didn't answer her a word. She said, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." Now listen, folks, she knew enough of the Jewish faith to know that Jesus was the son of David, not Solomon, but a greater than Solomon, the Messiah. She knew she was in Messiah's presence, and that's why she cried out for help, and yet Jesus didn't respond to her. Are you willing when heaven is silent? Are you willing when it seems like the skies are brass? Instead of running away in defeat and capitulation, to stand your ground and say, "I'm not leaving until I get my miracle"? This woman did. Third, Jesus started speaking now. He said, "I'm not sent but to the lost sheep of Israel." And this woman knows that if you move from silence to at least get Jesus talking, then I must be on the right direction. And she fell down on her knees and worshiped. In other words, if you're sent to the lost sheep of Israel, then black sheep, I'm getting down on all fours to get my miracle. And then Jesus spoke again. Number 4, he said, "It's not meet to give the children's bread to dogs." What he was saying, no, don't get me wrong. You're not one of the lost sheep. You are a Gentile dog. And she wagged her tail and said, "Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to sit here at the feet of my master, and I'm not moving till I get my miracle. Instead of baaing, I'm going to start barking, and I'm not going to snarl and bite the hand that feeds me. I'm sitting here at your feet." Then number 5, he said, "It's not meet to give dogs the children's bread." And she basically said, "Hey, the children haven't been eating very good. Truth, Lord, but the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. I don't care how you serve me. You don't have to feed me with fine china. Give me a dog's dish. All I want is the blessing of God." Are you willing to press on in persistence? Are you willing to humble yourself? Are you willing to dare to come to Jesus when all odds are stacked against you? This woman did. And that's why Jesus is going to say that she has great faith in just a minute. Number 6, willing to eat off the floor. She was promoted to sit at the table. I love this, what Jesus says to her in verse 28. He said, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done to you as you desire." Listen, she had heathen bloodline, a Canaanite bloodline, and yet she's a daughter of Abraham because of her works and her acts of faith. And then number 7, it says that her daughter was healed that very hour. I want to ask you a question. Why is it that you and I that are a part of the family are in covenant with God? Why do we tolerate long delays in receiving our miracles and our healings when this woman got hers the very moment that she cried out to God? I think we need to put the same kind of demand on heaven that she did. I believe we need to lay claim to the promise of God, lay claim to the covenant, and realize that now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Now faith, right now, we can get our miracle. So reach out and believe for it. Amen. Quit begging for crumbs. Scoot your chair up under the master's table and get your healing today, because healing is the children's bread. Chris here, hope you're enjoying this series. Like if you like, share this message with your friends. Tune in tomorrow and I'll have my last message out of this motel room, and then I'll get back to Branson. Have a great day in the Lord.